Dev Diary 2.3 is out, and you know what that means. New skins, new champions, new content, new systems, new stuff. And what I'd like to do when this kind of thing comes out is analyze it. I'd like to talk a little bit about from game perspective, but also for like the health of Wild Rift in general. Like not even just like as the game, but also like as the app, and you know how this app's going to do in the long term. So let's talk a little bit about Dev Diary 2.3 because I'm pretty excited to go through it. Also, thanks to G2A for sponsoring the channel, and there is also a reference link in the description below. And giveaway in May. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Right. Let's have a look. New champions that are coming out.
First up, we have 4 new champs joining the open beta. Let's take a look.
All right. We knew these guys were coming. There's going to be a duel between Riven and Irelia. So Riven is basically... I don't know. I have never really played AoV and Mobile Legends, so I don't know any champions that are kind of like similar to them. But they're a highly mobile, kind of like high damage bruiser. Very, very highly skilled. Like Riven players on PC, like if you main Riven, you are considered one of the most like mechanically skilled players in the game. Riven is one of those champions that has a very, very, very high skill cap. And I'm wondering how much of the skill cap they're transferring over to Wild Rift and how she plays as well.
A fighter with a ton of outplay potential. When she was introduced back in 2011, she was originally designed to be like a fighting game character, being able to string together combos with her abilities and basic attacks. When Riven activates her ultimate, her blade becomes fully reforged, empowering her even further.
Okay.
We can't wait to
She
see
looks like she plays pretty much exactly the same.
In June.
So basically Riven has 4 abilities as of all Wild Rift characters do. First ability is like in 3 parts, so you can activate it 3 times, and you essentially slash your sword forward. You get a small dash and you deal a bit of damage in an area in front of you. The second ability is a like an AoE stun, but it's a very small stun. Like a very, very small AoE stun. It doesn't last very long at all, but it is an AoE stun that can interrupt things. Her third ability is a small dash forward that gives her a shield. And then her ultimate is where she, basically her sword comes back together, and then she deals more damage, has greater physical damage, so all of her abilities deal more damage, and then she can activate it again to give like an execute, so it does more damage when people are on low HP. Lots of mobility, and as the guy said, lots of outplay potential. Good old Alan, our resident Jeremy Corbyn. So Irelia is the next champion coming.
Irelia, the Blade Dancer, is also on the way. Irelia has a host of tools that let her dart from target to target, using her blades to stun, slow and defend in Baron lane or mid lane. Irelia's first ability, Blade Surge, works a little differently in Wild Rift. We noticed during development that dashing to multiple low health minions with precision was not easy to do. So, aiming with Blade Surge will automatically prioritize marked or low health targets, and tapping will continue to prioritize champions. This may take some getting used to, so we'll be providing more tips and tricks as we approach Irelia's launch.
Okay, so they're changing the way that Irelia's first ability works. In the sense he just said it. Irelia in PC has got one of those, like her first ability resets when you kill a minion. So, or kill anything. So like you can dash between loads of low health minions and you just see the zip across the screen like this is crazy. Like she goes all over the place. I'm guessing you can do that in Wild Rift, but they're just making it a little easier to prioritize champions or marked champions. Irelia's kit's quite complex. Her first ability is a dash that, as I said, resets if you kill something. Her second ability is a charged ability that reduces physical damage taken. I don't know whether it reduces magic damage taken on Wild Rift because they changed that on PC, but it reduces physical damage taken, and then over time, will then, once you've released it, will deal damage in a target direction. Her third ability is a little bit like Jarvan's standard, but you have 2 of them. So you place one and then you place another, and then once you've placed the second one, a big kind of like line comes between them and it stuns anybody that's in that line and then marks them. And her ultimate is like a death bowl. You just throw it out at someone and it kind of traps them in there, and it makes it really easy for you to kind of like kill them. She's cool. She's really, really high skill cap. Like Irelia and Riven, especially new Irelia and Riven are some of the highest skill cap champions in the game. So we're getting 2 very, very, very high skill cap champions that, if you can master, can be used very easily to like carry you to high levels of play. Oh, we're getting Lucian.
I'm thrilled to announce that Lucian the Purifier and Senna the Redeemer will be fighting back the darkness later in the patch. When played together in the duo lane, Lucian and Senna make an intimidating pair. Lucian's quick-fire abilities and attacks are complemented by Senna's slow, powerful shots, and you're able to finish enemies off with their huge ultimates. We join Lucian and Senna in the middle of their fight against the Ruin King to prevent him from corrupting Runeterra to reclaim his lost love. But his power is growing, so who knows who will fall to ruination next.
Okay, so Lucian and Senna, he kind of went over it. Lucian is an AD carry, can be played mid lane, can be played Baron lane, can even be played in the, he played bot lane, mid lane, and even in the Baron lane. He's played quite frequently in mid right now in League PC. He has got a passive that allows him to shoot twice. So the second shot does slightly less damage, but every time you use an ability, you have this option to shoot twice. So Lucian Braum is like a really strong duo lane for that instance. I think Lucian's going to be really cool. Bit high mobility, generally lower range and lower damage, and hasn't got the same level of like late game scaling as some of the other AD carries, but has got really strong lane presence and can take over a game really quickly. Senna is actually one of my favorite characters in the entire game. Senna is technically a support, but she can also be played AD carry. She has a really long wind-up animation on her basic attack. Like she has this big gun and she kind of goes like that over and over again, right? So instead of like you see most AD carries do, my gun impressions are awful. She kind of has like this big, like a rail gun. And she gets these souls. And I'm really wondering whether souls are going to exist in Wild Rift or they've got some other mechanic for it. But over the course of the games, these souls give her extra stats, but specifically like extra AD and range. And so then you become like this really long range, like cannon type player. But she also has a lot of supporting abilities. Like she's got a heal, she's got a root. Her ultimate is damage and healing and shielding, or damage and shielding. So like she's got a lot of abilities that are quite supportive. So you can play her in both support and the AD carry role, which is what I really like about her. Plus, a support with a gun is goddamn cool. Of course it is.
In patch 2.3, we're looking at some of the rune choices available in-game.
Okay, we've kind of seen this, right?
A few of them could use some love. One of the biggest changes is that the keystone rune Kleptomancy is being replaced with Phase Rush. After
okay, Phase Rush is really good.
With 3 attacks or separate abilities, you'll gain movement speed. This is the rune to pick up if you need to relentlessly chase down your target to secure the kill. There are also a few other changes we're making to
Phase Rush is going to make some champions better, like Graves, for instance. Renekton might even use it.
Spirit Walker and Backbone are being replaced with Second Wind, Bone Plating.
Okay, wait, I'm going to just reach this. Second Wind, gain 6 health every 5 seconds. After taking damage from an enemy champion, regenerate 6 plus 3% of your missing health over the next 10 seconds. This effect is doubled for melee champions. So this is actually really strong, and it's a great rune for Garen, for instance. This rune is actually insane for Garen. I'd have to work out the maths, but it's probably better early game than regeneration, but not quite as good late game as regeneration. But you have to take damage to make it work, right? So 6 health in the early game. If you had 6,000 health, that would be 1%. So if you have 2,000 health, no one has 2,000 health in the early game. So this is like slightly higher, I think, than regeneration, but it is every 5 seconds rather than every 3, which I think regeneration was every 3. Either way, it's like a good replacement for regeneration.
With Second Wind, Bone Plating, and Adaptive Carapace.
So Bone Plating, after taking damage from a champion, the next 3 champion abilities or attacks with you against you deal 30 to 60 less damage. It's pretty good against certain champions like Teemo, for instance, or like or Singed. Bone Plating is a really nice one, though. Bone Plating is also it's good against Garen as well. So Bone Plating is a really good option to certain matchups.
And we're updating Mastermind and Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
You can read the full list of changes.
I'll link the rune changes in the description. Close friends
feature. If you've got a lot of friends on your list, but you have an extra special connection with a few of them, you can now invite your besties to level up together. You can have up to 20 close friends and pick between 4 different labels.
Okay. Level 1, you get to share champion pool, which is really cool, by the way. Level 2, showcase close friends icon in the lobby. Level 3, when in a party, display exclusive close friends icon in the spawning platform. You'll continue to team up to earn heart streaks. That's really sweet.
Labels.
That's quite nice, actually. It's like streaks for Snapchat, right?
By playing together. First,
playing in a party and gifting each other strengthens your connection in-game, giving you in-game flair and a way to look back on your memories together. Close friends
It's really,
also share their
honestly,
own
it's so
champion
stupid, but
calls
it's
in
quite
God
nice.
versus AI and normal
Look back on your
PvP
memories of
games.
spending money
In
on
addition,
Wild
you can
Rift,
now subscribe
gifting
to
each
any
other
3 friends to
skins
receive
over and
in-game
over again.
notifications when they come online
Oh, we got a little
for each
notification when they're
match.
online. Flippy Cannon.
The friends you subscribe to will also
Fudge,
be
yeah,
displayed
Flippy
on
Cannon.
top of your friends list.
Okay, I mean, it's
In
nice.
just a few days' time, the Broken Blade
I really would have loved to have seen ban systems and behavioral updates, though. I see so many people complaining about trolls and AFKs, and even win trading at high elo is still not being like addressed again. Like, it's happening again, and then people aren't being banned once more. So, yeah.
Blades event begins. Pick Aurelia or Riven and complete missions tied to your chosen champion, each with unique.
This is a really difficult one to call. I think most people said Rengar, but I think it's much more likely that people will play Riven over Aurelia, but I guess we'll see.
Rewards. Through this event, you can earn either Aurelia or Riven for free. Hone your skills, sharpen your blades, and seek
I think
to
Riven's
mend
cooler,
what once was
personally.
broken.
Easier to play. Well, easier to play at a basic level, harder to play at a
In
master
July,
level.
we'll begin Wild Rift's 3rd ranked season. You've still got a few weeks to get your hands on Jinx, but we wanted to give you a quick preview of what's waiting in gold when Season 3 rolls around in July.
Hey, Lulu. So you can play Jinx Lulu in the bot lane.
As with every patch, we're still listening to your feedback on some small quality of life features to make your
Such
experience
as
a little bit better.
bans.
We've added a dual 4G Wi-Fi option so that you can use the fastest connection that you have available.
Okay,
Backed
that's
by
great.
popular demand, we've re-added the ability to see details about your connection
Oh, that's
before
amazing.
heading into a match.
That's really good.
There's also a tool for you to diagnose your connectivity in the match that you just played.
That's awesome.
In Ranked Champ Select, we've added the ability to switch draft order so you can better coordinate on your picks. Also in
Kinda
Ranked,
cool.
the in-game scoreboard will now automatically be sorted by position.
That's really nice for me.
We're
I
turning
like
down
that.
the frequency of just how often the in-game announcer talks about turrets.
that was
We've made a bunch of
actually really annoying. If you ever watch back a game or you're in game and it goes, your turret is under attack, your turret is under attack, your turret is under attack, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I can see. Thank you, lady.
performance improvements, including loading into the game faster and lowering the initial download size by around 300 megabytes.
Oh, that's really good.
Finally, we'll be hitting up some of your favorite skin themes from League later in the patch.
Pool party.
Like Pool Party,
Oh yeah.
Battle Academia, and expanding the current arcade offer.
Battle Academia, by the way. It's basically what's that anime called? You guys know what I'm on about. Give me a second. It's escaped me. Yeah, I'm dumb. My Hero Academia is in the bloody skin line. Yeah.
Here's a
Okay,
quick
cool,
look
we're
at
getting
some
some
of the
arcade
other
updates.
skins headed to this patch.
Galaxy Slayer Z. That is so fucking cool. Order of the Lotus Aurelia. Nah. It's a basic Aurelia skin. Pool Party Renekton. I played this skin so much on PC. Pool Party Lee Sin. Great skin. Oh, that's a nice animation. My Hero Academia Ezreal. My Hero Academia Lux. Arcade Kaiser. That's pretty cool. Kaiser's getting a lot of really cool skins. Hired Gun Lucian. I don't think that. I don't rate that skin. Honestly, I don't think it's very cool. Now this skin and the intro to it is absolutely badass. In fact, I have to go watch that again because that is just absolutely badass. This skin intro. Listen. How cool was that? That was cool as hell.
That's all from me. Thank you so much for your continued support, and we hope that you're as excited as we are for patch 2.3. We're looking forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback. But we do have one more thing. With Ruination approaching, the original.
Oh.
For the light.
And all lost in darkness.
So basically, they're saying is that after patch 2.3, the Ruination is likely going to be the next patch, which means we're going to get Forgotten Isles champions, which include things like Karthus, Callista, Thresh, etc., etc. Thresh, which is going to be my favorite support ever. If I will constantly play Thresh. I'll probably only play Thresh. So yeah, that's everything. Okay, so really cool additions of new champions. We're getting Lucian, Senna, Riven, and Aurelia, all of which are amazing. I'm really looking forward to playing Senna especially. She's one of my favorites. But obviously, if like Riven and Aurelia are, again, two really strong champions. Seems like we're getting a lot of cool updates. I love the little close friends thing. However, still no word on bans in ranked. Even if we just got one ban, because we have a small champion pool right now, even if we just got one ban, it'd be okay. Because I'd love to ban, like, I don't know, what would I ban every game right now? I don't know what I'd ban. Is there any really obnoxious champions that you guys would absolutely ban? I don't know if there is like a super obnoxious champion for me right now that I would ban every single game. I think apart from Garen, who seems like a little too strong. Maybe Akali. I'd probably ban Akali every game. Not only to stop the people on my team thinking that they can play her, but also to stop the enemy team who can actually play her. And again, like, no major word on win traders or on like punishment systems, which is obviously a bit of an issue. But anyway, look, I'm really excited. Really excited. I hope you guys are too. And I'll see you soon.